what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
How did my black ass get up here?
Well, shit, we've been talking already, but Keith Leak, great to have you on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Thanks for coming. We haven't seen each other in a while.
It's been a while. I think the last time I seen you, like, it was at your CD release.
Hey, all right.
People did CD releases.
Yeah, yeah, that's
CD
true.
releases anymore.
That's true.
So
that
it's
was
been a long
for
time.
yeah. That's a while. That was at
Here and Now.
That was Here and Now
Yep.
at Hotel Cafe
Yep.
down the street.
Yep.
That's a while now.
Yeah.
That was like 2016, I think.
See?
Damn, bro.
Dude.
Damn. So for the podcast listeners, I'm gonna give a little context. Keith and I met while Keith was working at Mendocino Farms in West Hollywood, which was a place I frequented for food.
It was a sandwich shop.
A sandwich shop with delicious sandwiches. And I would frequent it. And Keith and I met there. And you were so cool. And you knew me from Ned's. And then you showed me like your funny ass videos that you made on YouTube, and I was like, this guy's hilarious.
That's so cool.
And then over the years, it's been great to see you like get on SMOSH and just like do your thing and kind of become like your own artist. And I don't know, it's cool that you showed up. Everyone gets to see the things that get done and come out, but you guys at home don't get to see all the things we as actors, artists, musicians, producers, whatever, you don't get to see all the projects we try to get off the ground and fail.
Yeah.
One of them being this web series I tried to make happen. It was going to be like kind of a talk show, game show thing called The Loft, and we were shooting like a intro video for that, and I hit you up, and you brought friends to come help with the video. I appreciated that so much.
It's about having community, you know. I like thank you for embracing us too. Like that was a cool experience for me. It was like, hold on, he thinks like I'm good, you know? And I think there was like a sense of validation that was necessary for me and where I was, you know, working at the sandwich shop, you know, because it's just like we're all here. We can all be together. We can all figure things out. And that's how I had to learn, you know?
Yeah.
Just coming up with people out here and like meeting you. It's like, it's just really cool. It's really, really cool. So I just want to thank you.
I love that,
Like
man.
we got to go to like your people's house and like party. It was really cool. I was like, here. How did the hell?
That's LA, baby.
Man, and it was. I mean, I was just at the register, like, what kind of sandwich you want? That's honestly how it happened.
We are all artists out here, and when I meet like people who I vibe with and who are cool, and then who I see like, oh, you're creating your own shit, and it's funny, like, cool. Let's do something sometime.
Yeah, and you stuck by your word. Like, really stuck by your word. A lot of people are like, let's do something. It's like, I see you when I see you.
In a couple years.
No, I'll see you at the bar somewhere.
Exactly.
Man, I'm still trying to, I don't give a damn about that. We should have all moved on by now. You know?
I kind of had a kind of an inverse of your experience with that web series. So for the first episode of that web series we were doing, I had recently met an incredible musician named Moses Sumney. If you know if you know who he is, I mean, now he's amazing, right? He's an incredible artist. And I had met him right before we shot that web series. I saw him performing and was just like blown away. And I like kind of knew him for a second. And I reached out to him to be on the web series. I was like, hey, will you come play some music and like, let me do a little interview for you on this web series. And he responded with something that I so respect, which was, he was like, basically something like, I don't feel like a web series is where I'm trying to bring my career to, basically. And while that might sound dick, it's not, because I didn't realize where he was about to go. The next year, I saw him working with artists that are like in my top artists. He was working with Andrew Bird, Little Dragon. He was on KCRW. Wow. He got on the fucking Color show. Like, it was cool because I had just met him, thought like, oh, we're all like here. Meanwhile, he knows he's about to fucking like get into it.
It's like, this isn't for me.
I love that. I love that he like knew his no. I love that he knew like, no, actually, this isn't what I'm doing. I'm on this other track. I thought it was cool. I actually didn't feel any type of way about it other than like, oh, I didn't know like I didn't know. I didn't. And then the next year when I heard him on some shit, I was like, oh yeah, my little web series I was trying to get off the ground. That's not it.
Look, everything's not for everybody.
Yeah.
And like you said, that hard no, like, I mean, there's yeses, there's hard yeses, and there's hard no's. And he knew. He knew what he knew.
He knew what he was about.
And you found out.
And I found out. And I love that. I love that on the flip side is like I reached out to you to come, and for you it was like, oh yo, I'm out here.
Let's go.
That's the difference. We're all trying to find our way.
Heck
and like
yeah.
it does happen through community. And then you just hope you're kind of reaching the same levels with everyone. And
for sure.
Moses was on a different level than me, and I didn't realize, man.
What up to Moses? What up, Moses?
Shout out to Moses Sumney. That guy is incredible.
I gotta check him out because this is all.
No, you do. He's truly like an unbelievable talent. His voice is absurd. And yeah, now he's working with like legendary artists. And I'm like, oh yeah. I'll see you at the top, bud.
Girl, I'll see you at the top. Damn it, I wish he would have came to the damn web series so at least I could have met him.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, could he have just watched?
But what's so cool after that is then I saw you get on SMOSH and like just start becoming more of an artist, more of a comedian. You started to get mad swag.
Oh, thank you.
I saw
like
your
to think
drip.
Hold on, no. I like to think I had swag the whole time.
Fair. You did.
No, I'll give it to you. I definitely had to
you
step
got
up.
more. You got
I
more
had
swag.
I had to turn it up.
It's not that you didn't have swag. You just got way more swag. Once you started.
I didn't have enough money.
I know how that goes.
Like,
my
I still
friend.
need some more, but like I didn't have any.
Yeah, no, shit changes when you actually have money to buy clothes and do photo shoots and like kind of vibe yourself out a little bit.
Look.
Yeah, you got the drip.
You know. Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Yes.
I appreciate that though, man.
Yeah.
It's been a journey, you know. It's been a cool journey. You really never know where life will take you.
Yeah.
You know, I was just doing videos with my friends, you know, just like, I think we went to college together, some of them, and then you just meet people and it's like, yo, let's just do some music videos about this dumb shit. And it would just become like whatever. But to join the cast of SMOSH was definitely life-changing for me. It was life-changing for me.
How many years you been doing it?
Ooh, now you gonna age me, man.
Yeah,
you gonna age me.
How fucking old are you?
I think 7. So I'm 31 now, so I'm going on 8. So I was 23.
Wow.
I was 23.
That shit runs, huh?
Yeah, I mean, SMOSH had been going on since before I was even I didn't honestly, I didn't even know what a SMOSH was at first. I honestly didn't.
Yeah.
And somebody that I met at the sandwich shop was a casting director. Watch this. Oh, did I ever tell you this?
No.
Oh, this is great. This is perfect. So, like, I used to just meet people. Sometimes people will be like, you know who you look like? I'm like, who, Chris Rock? And then be like, yeah, come to this. I went to a couple auditions, bombed. And they were like, was not what they expected, was not prepared. You know what I mean? But like they seen something, you know, and they don't usually do shit like that. I didn't have any representation or anything. It was just like word of like mouth, people meeting me.
Yeah.
Which is like weird. You know what I mean?
That's old school.
Like it's straight up old school. I'm over here handing out sandwiches and they're like, come with me. Or like, you're like, hey, come do this, you know? So there was a casting director. She was actually the assistant casting director. She seen me in somebody's YouTube video and she straight up said, she's like, Keith, you're a star. I seen you in this. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, I seen you. And I was like, oh, I did do that. And then from there, she would come in. I would give her free sandwiches all the time. I think that might have helped too.
You bribed her.
I bribed her. So I'll give her free sandwiches. And one time I was getting off work and she was coming in and she was like, come sit with me. And this is what she said to me. And from where I come from, being a little black boy from Middletown, Ohio, this is like one of those moments where I'm like, oh, damn, like, this is different. Like, whatever. I don't know. So I sat down with her and she was like, Keith, she said it again. She was like, Keith, you're a star. And I was just like, thank you. Thanks. She was like, we got to get you famous. And I'm like, okay. Like, this is like
Do you
LA.
want more Chipotle sauce?
Yeah, exactly. Like, thank you. But like, I think for me, it's just like, it's not even about being famous. It's about being good at what you do. I think all those things will come with it. But
For
I
sure.
mean, like, it's levels to it. Maybe I do want to be a little bit, maybe a little bit. But that wasn't the goal. Of
course
the goal was to like be successful and like try to figure it out. And that's what I did. I had dropped out of school. So like when she said it, I was like, okay, cool. I'm on the right track. You know, it gave me that. Like, I'm all about like, well, I don't know if she's going to be able to help me with that, but okay, cool. That's dope. And like, even talking about it, I'm getting chills because a lot of people believe in me. And I don't like, a lot of people don't get that. You know what I mean? Some people really have to, I mean, we all have to fight. But like, I don't know what it is. I don't, it was, God, I don't know, like just something in the water, this Ohio water, but people really believe in me. And I really like, no, you believed in me and I thank you for that.
Yeah, man.
I like said it a couple times within this story and it's just it's cool. It's cool. This is a full circle moment because you forget where you come from. This was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, I'm going through my own personal battles now that like, this is like, you forget about it and you kind of lose your sense of gratitude. So right now, thank you for all of this because I needed it. I needed it. I so needed this. I so needed it.
Yeah, man. That's so cool. Like that really happens in the way that it does when you're pursuing a dream or a vision. It doesn't come linearly. It doesn't always make sense. It's some weird balance of like fully doubting yourself, fully trusting yourself, surrendering to life. Like it takes so much staying open.
Oh my God, you're preaching.
Being scared, being so scared and still moving forward.
Closing off when you need to close off.
Yeah,
it's just
man.
like, it's everything. It's really everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
It's cool to see. And you ended up, like for me watching from the outside, you ended up on something. I didn't know SMOSH before. I know Anthony Padilla now who like started it. I'm gonna have him on. He's a
Anthony?
friend. Yeah. But I didn't know it at the time. But then when you got on it, I started watching from the outside. I was like, this is the perfect thing for you, Keith, to be on.
Sense.
The videos you were making on YouTube before, kind of the sketches you were making, the tone of comedy. I was like, this is great for Keith. Like huge fan base.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then getting to create mad comedy, like
at the
crazy
time,
comedy.
Imagine going from like, I think the biggest video I had maybe had like 10,000 views. I had been a part of different people's shit, but like whatever. But at the time they had 18 million subscribers.
Oh my God.
So like, I'm like, who gonna be you are gonna make me famous. Like that, even that thought came in. I'm like, that's weird, but okay. Like, thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Like all of it.
It really does take other people believing in you. I mean, you can have all the belief in yourself in the world, and you need to, on some degree, you have to know your value on some degree, but until someone else believes in you too, doors aren't gonna open. Like you can't do it alone. You can't do it on self-belief.
Just bust in that bitch.
It's not how it works.
Boom! I'm coming.
This is a business of people. Like it takes someone saying, that guy. Because there's so many of us out here too that like, everyone fucking believes in themselves, or everyone has some little nugget. It takes someone seeing something.
Honestly, I don't think, like you said earlier, people believe in themselves. Like we believe in ourselves, and then we don't. Yeah, that's the thing. I think you have to come out of. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. Yeah. I've been at parties, and I have talked to people, and we're just talking, and it's gotten to a point where I'm like, just believing real hard, and I'm talking to somebody who doesn't believe real hard, and I'm like, is this the first time anybody's had a dreaming conversation with you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't know how to dream. Like, I feel like I forgot how to dream a little bit because I've talked to so many people that's just not dreamers and giving them all that I got in a conversation. But like, in reality, I'm like, I can't give you all of that. Like, if you don't have a little bit, I can't make you get it. I can't make you get it. All you can do is listen to this conversation. I hope it inspires you. But like, I want my dreaming back.
Yeah,
now, reach for your dreams. Reach for your dreams. Then reach for the dreams.
Come on,
give me those dreams.
I've been coming back to my dream because you do go through phases. It's like I've believed in myself for a long time, but then enough time at the sandwich shop, you might start to doubt. I was off selling scarves for a few years, and enough time in another job that you don't want to be doing and nothing happening with your dreams, you will naturally start to doubt and take accountability and take should I not be pursuing this? Am I wrong for believing in myself? Like, these things happen. And we can talk about, like, I was saying, I turned 30 during the pandemic. So did you?
Yeah, no, I didn't. Yes, I did.
I turned. You did. You did.
I did.
You can't turn back time.
1991.
That's right. Same year.
Back in the 1900s.
So I turned 30 during the pandemic. And I went through a whole mental thing. You know, I've talked about it on the podcast before. I've talked about it on other things. I had to go through this whole process of coming back to believing in myself. But it took me looking at my entire life, my 20s, what the fuck happened? What am I doing with my life? Shit that had fallen apart, shit that I wanted to happen that hadn't. I went through this whole mental difficulty, doubt, deep, dark night of the soul, all this shit. Right now I'm coming through it. Right now I'm back in dreaming land, and man, it feels good to believe that, like, dreams are possible, all the shit. Yeah. But all that to say, I was processing plenty turning 30, but it wasn't cancer.
Oh, God damn it.
But it wasn't my own mortality. And I can't believe this is what you went through.
Yeah, it's what I'm going through. Still going through it.
Yeah.
I just had like a situation last month. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Like I said earlier, you never think it'll happen to you. I can't say that it didn't come out of anywhere, but I just didn't think that I was going through, did not take care of my body the way that I should have. Was going through pains, but also just being like, it's cool. Like, I'm just getting older, and it's
so
like,
you had been feeling
I would have
pains for a while.
So this is the thing. I thought I had like acid reflux or heartburn or some shit like that. I was like, okay. I was about to, like, me and my homies were about to eat. We ate. I started feeling some type of way. I'm like, okay, this is different. This must be acid reflux or heartburn. Like, what the fuck is this? It's like hurting in here. Man, when I tell you, I was like, give me some Tums. You got Tums. You're older than me. Give me some Tums. So he gives me some Tums, and I take like 5. I'm like, I feel better. Let's party. So that happened. And that's the first time that I can say that I remember it, like the pain that I felt. It was like this dull pain, and just like stops me. It started to happen more frequently. Okay. So it would happen like maybe 2 times a month. And I want to say from that, the first time until like the time that I knew something was wrong was like 3 or 4 months. Cause I was like, oh, I remember laying on the couch. I'm laying on the couch, and I just start to massage this area because it's starting to feel some type of way. I'm like, let me get it out before it comes, And I ended up massaging it, and 5 minutes into massaging it, I had the most crippling feeling. And I was just like, golly, like, but it was crippling and it was hard to walk, but that was the only thing that I could do was walk, because I'm trying to walk it off. You know what I mean? I'm like crippled, like honestly, hunched over. And it really, I remember like walking through my house, like trying to walk through my house and just crying and being like, this hurts. This isn't what I think it is. I honestly said that out loud. I said, this isn't what I think it is.
Oh, Keith.
And even from then, it was like, all right, well, I feel better now. So then it's just like, it'll come and it'll be like, it's not happening all the time. But after a while, I started to see my stomach on one side start to lift. And I'm like, it's kind of sore, but I'm like, what's going on? Like, I'm a fairly skinny guy. So like, at that point, I had a little bit more meat on me. I had to, that gain in that old age weight.
That gut.
That gut. It was there. It was full of beer.
Yeah,
and
you thought it was a drinking gut.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But I was like, why is my drinking gut, only growing on one side?
Yeah. Yeah.
So from there,
that's not how I think guts grow.
Exactly. I would hope not.
They grow across the whole thing.
Look, it does not. So guys, if one side of your gut is growing, just know you probably got cancer. Oh God, I'm sorry. That's so messed up. Look, you gotta laugh about it, but it's kind of true. This is my truth. I'm trying to let you know. I'm trying to give you some energy. So from there, I remember going on set, and I had asked a few people before I got on set, just like friends and everything. I'm saying, "Can you see this?" They're like, "Yeah." Like, okay, cool. got to the point where I got on set one day and I was actually in pain. And I asked one of my castmates, I was like, can you like tell that one side of my gut, my stomach is lifted? It's like, oh my God, you need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
So I ended up, I had to shoot, you know, and I had the last, I want to say like some of the last scenes of the day. So I'm just sitting around, you know, waiting around like you do. And I think the director had found out he found out that like something was wrong. I guess somebody went and snitched, you know? So they went and told that like something's going on with my body. And it was time for me to go up. So we were in a boxing ring, mind you, fighting for my life. We're in a fucking boxing ring. Look at the universe works. In a boxing ring, and I'm playing the referee. And they're setting up lights around us, and like everybody's moving, but they have us in our spots. And we're just standing there. But the whole time I'm having a conversation, I'm like rubbing myself.
Like kind of unconsciously.
Yes,
Yeah.
not even thinking about
Yep.
it, just like in pain, not even like paying attention to it. And the director see me on the monitor, and he was like, Keith, you got to go to the doctor. Like, you got to go to the doctor. And in front of everyone, because at this point, they're like, it's serious.
Yeah.
But I'm not even like
you're
realizing
not
how
there
serious.
yet. Yeah.
I'm like, come on, you know, cancer, who would have thought?
Of course not.
Man, it got to the point where he was like, all right, guys, I need you to get on the ground and da-da-da-da-da for this part right here. So I'm getting down the ground, and I'm like, oh, but I'm still having a conversation like this, which is like, oh, you know, but I'm going to the store later on.
Yeah.
And he's like, Keith, get up. Everybody up. We'll figure out another way to do it. And I'm like, no, I'm already down here. He's like, no, stand up. You can't lay like that. You can't lay the way I need you to lay. We're going to figure it out. So I stand up, and we do the scene. I get through it. You know what I mean? Turn it on, turn it off.
Yep.
You know, like I'm
Yep.
in pain, but like it's like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
go.
Yep.
Man, as soon as we were done, he was like, you gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta
Something's
figure
wrong.
this out. And went to like, I think I even just went to urgent care just to try to like,
Yeah,
you
go
know, whatever,
immediately. Yeah.
you know. So I went to urgent care, and I was like, man, something's going on. I drink a little bit. So, you know, like, what is it, you know? Well, this is not your liver. I'm like, what? That's not my liver. Okay, well, I'm going to go get a beer after this.
Yeah.
So after that, they were like, you need to go get a CAT scan. They gave me some information, go get a CAT scan, all that. Go get a CAT scan. I want to say a few days later, come back, and the people at urgent care called me, and they were like, you have like a 25 centimeter growth, like in your in your intestines, like in that area or something. And I was like, what? It was like, yeah, it's 25 centimeters. They're like, it's big, but in my mind, I'm still just thinking centimeters.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's see what centimeters in the inches are. It was like 9.8 inches. I was like, God damn, that's big. I'm like, that's bigger than my wiener.
Yeah.
Like, that's big, God damn it. How did that get up there? What the fuck? Sorry. I'm like, well, that's big. Well,
Yeah. Oh, centimeters. I don't know. 9 inches.
God damn.
I don't know how much bigger that is.
Sheesh. Like,
Damn.
man, God damn. That's a
I ain't
big.
even getting close to that.
We over here laughing about cancer. It's not funny. It's just so messed up.
Yeah.
And so from there, I was like, all right, so it's a growth. So I'm still
still like-
just like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just real done with it. I'm like, so it's a growth. All right, cool. It's a mass. What's that? Like mass choir. You know what I mean? Like I've grown a little bit. Like those are the thoughts
It's
that
a
going on in
growth.
my
I'm
head.
growing.
So they're like,
man.
at this point, I'm still not getting it. Cause I'm like, I don't got cancer. Man, I had to go and get a biopsy, right? This shit's crazy. So hold on. So I ended up going. There was a situation where they didn't have what they needed. So they were like, you need to reschedule. I'm like, no, I'm trying to film next week. I need to figure out what's going on. Mind you, it's not a next week type situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm also just trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it over with.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I ended up crying a little bit. Thugs don't cry, but I cried.
Yeah, you do.
Something happened with they were saying that it wasn't they didn't have the numbing cream. So that kind of messed me up. And I'm like, well, like, do you want to do it next week? I said, no, I have to do it now. They're like, okay, we'll figure it out. Don't cry. I'm like, you should figure it out. Like, you should have.
How do you not have numbing cream?
You got numbing cream somewhere.
What?
They hiding it. They was hiding the numbing cream pretty much. So come to find out, they come in. This was all during COVID too. So this nurse comes in. And I'm over here sniffling because she said that, you know, I was just kind of like upset. And the nurse comes in and I'm sniffling like, and he was like, hey, are you good? Like, and I said, no, I'm crying.
They're worried about COVID.
Yeah.
Emotions.
You don't understand. She said she ain't had a numbing cream. He's like, no, we found it. We got it for you.
God.
I'm like, thank you, Lord. Okay, cool. So I'm like, all right.
You're all alone? Like you're going through you're at the doctor alone?
One of my homies was there.
Okay,
but
good,
they didn't let anybody.
In the doctor alone.
Yeah, they don't really let anybody there.
You,
Yeah.
Shit.
So like I had to like have somebody like drive me too.
Yeah.
So I should have known then it was like not good.
Yeah,
it was
that
not
you
gonna be
drive.
easy. Yeah. So from there, it got to the point where I'm going to the back. I'm like, they got the numbing cream. I'm like, hell yeah, this is cool. I got on my little dress thingy or whatever. And I end up going to the back, and they're talking to me. They're like, okay, so the needle's gonna be like this long. I'm like, okay, cool. Look, we got the numbing cream, so who gives a fuck? Man, dude, when I tell you, I'm laying down. They said, all right, so we're going to go this deep, and then we're going to go this deep. And I'm like, cool. Like, let's get this out the way. Like,
bro.
I really got things I want to do.
Just, you know, numbing cream just is topical. It
Man.
just hits the top.
Dude.
If the needle's
Man, who you telling?
multiple inches,
Yeah.
it's not numb inside you.
So I'm laying there, and she says, clink. And I was like, cool. And she's like, I'm going to go a little deeper. She said, clink. And then pulled it. I was like, that's it? She was like, yeah, that's it. I said, yeah, that didn't hurt at all. Dude, when I tell you, I went from a 1 to a good 6 or 7 so fast, 0 to 100 real quick, straight up. And I'm just sitting there. The doctor didn't even want to give me like medicine to like bring it down or whatever. I don't know what it's called. I don't know anything, guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
Yeah, cool. Good.
Yeah.
So so from there, I'm like going back and forth like this, just like pacing in my seat. What's that called? Rocking. So I'm just rocking. So I'm rocking. Sorry. This should not be this funny to me.
It's what can we do?
Dude, we just gotta make it fun.
Yeah,
so I'm
what
rocking, and I think one of the nurses said, "Can we give him some more?" And the doctor's like, "No." So they're like pushing me through the hallways. The doctor's gone. It's 2 nurses, and they're talking like they've never worked together. It's like, "Oh yeah, it's the first time I'm doing this. Over here. I don't usually work with this doctor, or whatever." And she's like, "Where are you from?" I think the first lady said, "I'm from like San Francisco." And then she asked the other nurse, she was like, "Where are you from?" She said, "I'm from Cincinnati." I said, "Oh," I am too. I'm from Middletown. Like, she said, "Cincinnati where?" She said, "Bon Hill." I said, "My mom lives in Bon Hill right now." Oh. So I'm just hurting, and I get to the other station so they can eventually let me out. Or they can eventually let me out. Don't laugh. You're messing up my story. You laugh. So they're like keeping me, and my levels are still like, at this point I'm at an 8 or a 9.
Jeez.
So the nurse is talking to this new nurse that she's like leaving me with. She was like, the doctor didn't want to give him anything. Please give him. He's at a 9 right now.
We're on the pain scale. We're talking.
Yeah,
we're
on
talking
the pain
1 to
scale.
10 of pain.
She said, give him some more. So she gave me some more, and it went down. I said, wow, this still hurts like shit, but I'm at a 7.
Wow.
The whole thing. And then it would go up a little bit. They have to give me more. So I was like sitting there for maybe like an hour and a half before it got to like a 4 or so, like less than a 5. And they were like, do you want to like try to go to the restroom? I was like, yeah, I didn't even have to go. I just wanted to see. Just like, dude, could barely walk. I'm walking slowly. Everybody said, oh, it's a biopsy, you'll be fine. Man, I wish they would have kept it funky with me.
Yeah.
Because, man, I could barely walk.
This might hurt a lot, and it's actually a big deal.
It sucked. So that was my, like...
How long after the biopsy did you get the news that it's fucking cancer?
The news, the C word.
Yeah.
So I want to say maybe like a little over a week or so. So you have to wait. So now I'm just like kind of like bedridden, well, couch. I don't like to sleep in my bedroom because there's no TV in there.
Oh no, you gotta have
So
the
I'm
TV.
like, I gotta have a TV. I should just get a TV
Gotta
for
have
my
the
room.
distractions. Yeah.
So like I was just on couch. I was couch ridden and for like a week or so. And I don't think people actually knew how bad it was. You know what I mean? Because I'm still like posting stuff. People only see as much as you allow them.
For sure.
People knew that I was like going through it, but like
But
not
you weren't
as
sharing
bad.
that it was
No,
a big serious thing.
I just thought it was a growth. What the fuck is a growth? I don't know. So from there, I want to say just after like a week and some change, maybe 2 weeks, they were like,
was it
"You
a phone
have
call or
GIST."
in person?
I actually don't remember.
Oh, during COVID, it was probably a phone call.
Yeah,
actually.
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. It's a lot.
crazy.
I've gone to the doctor a lot, I don't remember if it was a phone call, but they ended up telling me, however, they told me that it was GIST. And I'm like,
Gist?
GIST. GIST.
Like, what's the gist?
What's the gist? There you go. Exactly.
What's the gist of it?
Exactly.
What?
Boom. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
what?
I'm just like,
that's not a medical term. That's like a...
But they're like, you have a gastrointestinal stromal tumor. So I'm just like,
that's the fun
okay.
GIST acronym.
So I'm like, okay, cool. That's like cool. So I got a tumor, Like for the long, I didn't know that it was cancer. I still didn't.
Dude, what?
I still didn't know it
no
was
one
cancer.
spelled out what it means.
No.
They said, here's the gist.
Here's the gist.
You
But
have a gist.
They almost didn't want me to know or like.
Yeah, they didn't want to say it outright, but I feel like with news like that, it should come pretty direct.
I start asking, I'm like, man, like, do I got cancer? And like, I'm like, they're like, well, I'm like, no, but like, do I got, is this good cancer or bad cancer? Like, let me know. And they're like, you got good cancer. I'm like, okay, cool. So like, damn, I got cancer.
Holy shit.
I got cancer. My crazy ass started laughing a little bit. I said, got cancer. They're like, well, you're handling it well. I said, yeah.
Right now.
You're right. And that's the thing. So for the longest, because like even in my mind, it's like I have good cancer. Like, start taking your medication.
Good cancer meaning it responds to treatment.
Yeah,
you can
exactly,
fight it,
exactly. So once it took me a few weeks for them to even give me my results back because they needed to know what like specifically like what was going on with the tissue, all of that, and which medication will work specifically for me. For sure. So it took a while, but once I found out, once I ended up getting my medication, when I tell you my stomach went down, like I looked 12 months pregnant. Is that possible? I don't know. I don't get pregnant. Yeah. But I looked 12 months pregnant.
No, it was crazy. You posted basically pregnancy photos.
I did a maternity shoot. Yeah, it was the sexiest.
You fucking maniac.
I did.
He gets a giant tumor in his stomach that literally makes his stomach look pregnant. You're a very skinny dude, so your stomach was huge.
It's one of my most proud moments. Like
honestly, I
really
fucking died, for lack of a better word. I died. I died laughing. Because you're crazy ass to announce to the world that like you're battling a tumor and cancer.
I said cancer, baby, due in July.
Literally, dude, my jaw was on the floor when I saw those because out of such concern for like you who I care for, I'm like, holy shit. Keith is a young man who now has cancer, but also he's posting it in a maternity, like a stylized maternity loving shoot, holding his cancer baby. Oh my God, you're a maniac. Yep. Oh my God, I love this. This is so funny.
Man, one thing my mom told me, we gonna laugh about it. We are gonna laugh about it. Like
it's better than going down the deep, dark hole, which I'm sure you also did.
But watch this. So, and that's the thing I want to talk about because so at first I handled it like I thought pretty well. It was cool. I'm like, damn, I'm pregnant, And then like,
Jesus,
2.5 weeks later, 3 weeks later, it's like, damn, I'm skinny again. So like, whatever. But then the reality starts to set in.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, damn, am I gonna have to take this medication for the rest of my life?
Yeah.
They want me to take it for 3 years, but some people take it forever. You know, just because this is so rare and it comes back. My doctor straight up told me like,
yeah. You said how many people have this?
4,000 to 6,000 people in the United
crazy.
States. Like
that's so rare. That's so small.
So like I'm like, why me? So It finally got, because it's a grieving process too,
Yes.
you know, and I didn't allow myself to grieve in the beginning or because everybody's like, you're handling it well. I'm like, this shit funny, right? And then it's like, bro, no, this isn't a joke, man.
This is your
like,
life.
This is there. And then I had to go to work. And it's like, they're telling me, Keith, you know, take all the time you need. But me personally, I'm just like, I gotta go, you know? Man, I remember like just sitting there and having to like, you know, like we do comedy, so you got to make people laugh. But I got to make people laugh when shit's not funny.
Yeah.
Like that's not a good place to be in. When the shit really hit me,
dude.
it hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Like that motherfucker said, boom, 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 boom. Like, oh damn, this is the reality of it. So it's beyond even the physical, because I wasn't even in pain after that, after the medication kicked in. I was more mental pain.
Yeah.
Because then all the things start to come up, all the things that you've not dealt with. That's why I need to go to therapy. But like everything, you know, the dreams that you once had, the dreams that we talked about, they start to feel a little further now. You know, is my health going to be an issue for me? Like, but I'm a dreamer. I'm the one that like helps everybody else dream a little bit, you know, feel good. We can do this. Look where I come
super
from.
Positive.
Then it's just like, now what? Now what? You know what I mean? Thank God for the SMOSH team and people like allowing me to work. I mean, you can't get rid of anybody because they're sick or whatever.
No,
I think that's illegal. But the way that they treated me during this, and still to this day, like,
because people love you,
man. People love you. People
Keith.
believe, and that makes me feel good.
Yeah, man.
It makes me feel damn good.
No, people who know you love you, man. They believe in you, and like they love you, they care. So of course they're not like, of course they're gonna fucking support you through this.
That's so cool. I appreciate it. I needed this conversation. I really did.
I'm so glad, man.
Like some people are like, sometimes I don't want to talk about it, but for the most part, I'm like, I need to. And I think in this space, I needed to, because it's bringing back so many, just like it's bringing the feels. And I need it. Like,
well, because like, of course, humor is a good part of grieving. Humor is a good way. It's a good part of handling difficult situations. You add levity, you fucking lighten it up.
Yeah.
But you can't only do humor, because also life gets serious, and part of this is so serious, man.
My
Like
God.
I get what you said, grieving. Like you have to grieve the part of your life where you weren't dealing with this.
Yeah.
You have to grieve that. You have to grieve the time in your life where like this wasn't a part of anything you had to think about.
Yeah.
So even when it gets good and you're feeling fine and good again, like your life's changed, man.
Yeah,
Your life's
for
changed
sure.
for having this. This is a new part of your life,
And
man.
maybe like forever.
Right.
Forever. And I think for a lot of people too, for me specifically, what really got me was like, before I didn't think about death, or, you know, like, I'm like, is this going to be my
Especially as young
demise?
people.
Yeah. I'm like, people usually get this in their like 50s
Yes.
to 60s or 70s.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I was 29 at the time. I'm like, damn, why is my intestines so fucked up?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like truly just like, I got some old ass intestines, but it's like, it could happen to anybody. Like it truly, truly, truly can happen to anybody. It's just, it's rare all around the board. It's rare that it happens for people my age, but it's also a rare condition.
Right.
Like I never had health problems until now. And I don't even want to consider it a problem because it's being dealt with.
Yeah. And it
Optimism.
Like what were some of the things that got you through? Like, cause going through that during a pandemic, like I think all of us were struggling mentally, just going through the pandemic, like so many life changes, so many reasons to be anxious. The news was fucking insane.
Yeah.
We didn't have our normal kind of social ability, social interaction, distraction. Like it was hard alone, but then to face like, I don't know, a fucking life-changing diagnosis, like what pulled you through other than comedy? Because we know that was part of it.
Beating my meat and watching Forensic 5.
I'm dead, Keith.
It helped.
Of all the answers I could have gotten for that question, those two answers were not what I thought.
No, at the same time.
Well, that's our show, folks. Keith, it's been great seeing you.
Dude, hell yeah. Fun.
Holy shit. Brother, that is Oh my God.
Probably not the answer you wanted, but
honestly, it's the answer I didn't know I wanted.
it's great.
But I'm so glad.
Welcome to my world.
Oh my God. I have no further questions.
Yeah, take it with you.
Wow. So that's what got you through your cancer diagnosis?
It helped, goddammit.
That's unbelievable. You're a maniac. It came back recently. I saw. Glad to see the stomach's down again.
I was off my medication for a bit, and it like after a while, it just it like grew back real fast. And man, when it came the fuck back, dude, it was worse than the first time. Like I didn't really feel like crazy pain. Like couldn't walk. Well, no. It's different tiers. It's different tiers. It's hard to really explain. But like after I got my biopsy, I had really forgotten about all the pain I had earlier on.
Yeah, because you were ignoring it, which makes sense. Like it makes sense mentally. You're like, I don't even want to know what this is. I just want this to go away.
Yeah.
This pain, like, dude, I don't want to get that checked out. Dude, I get it.
It was really bad, and I've gone up and down and felt good at certain points and felt hopeful and dreamed, and then there's other points where I'm like, I don't want to hear that bullshit. Like, no, like you don't know how it feels. You know what I mean? You
get people giving you like the positivity
man,
thing?
I don't need
Is that what
it.
you mean?
Yeah, like
well,
that's the worst. Just stay positive. You can beat this. I'm like, you got it. I'm like, I know I got cancer. Thanks for reminding me. Like, so.
No,
It's so, I don't know, like positive, like the positive reinforcement that I would get became a trigger for me.
I get it.
It really became a trigger, dude. So after a while, you know, once I got the medication, my stomach went down again. Like, you know, what, baby? Like,
no, there's a point where people, give you that positivity, but it's just because they don't want to sit in the seriousness of it. They don't want to sit in the discomfort of the emotions. You know what I mean? And it's hopeful, it's love.
But I also need it even when, but like sometimes I had to tell like my mom, I said, sometimes I just need you to listen.
Yeah.
I don't need you. It's beyond even being positive. You're like trying to mom this. Like when you personally not, I know her mom has passed away of cancer when she was like 16, breast cancer. But I'm like, you personally haven't gone through this. Yeah. Like you telling me to be positive. I like right now, I'm sorry I hate life.
Right.
It doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
It does not feel good. Like I don't need you, Keith. Don't speak like that. I'm sorry that I need to let something out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that like this is happening to me.
Yeah.
Like I feel so bad right now.
Yeah.
And you telling me not to express myself hurts.
For sure.
It hurts. But I think after a while, she really got it.
Yeah.
Because she just started letting me.
Yeah.
She started letting me. I'm like, well, that feels a little better.
Yeah.
You know? But I also have to watch who I lay things on too. And how I lay things on, because I feel like with family and certain friendships, it's easier to let things just be like,
let it out. Yeah.
But like it's heavy. It's heavy for everybody, and I have to be mindful of that. Okay, I am going through it, but it's something I have to figure out, and it's me laying all of that on them. I know it's like it kills them, like really, like draining.
Yeah, but you gotta have those days through it. Like that's a part of going through any difficult situation. Is positivity is part of it, and pulling yourself through it is part of it. But part of it is also sitting in the reality of how it makes you feel. And it is so natural when you're going through something. I mean, fuck, like that's the worst version of it. But it's so natural to have times where the genuine, authentic feeling is, this sucks. Why me? Why life? Like, fuck this. Yeah. I don't want this. Like, those are all natural fucking feelings that have to be a part of it, too.
God was out here giving people COVID, and he said, you get some cancer. Like, you're straight up.
That is so intense, man.
I'm like, I wanted the other C.
Yeah, I wanted COVID, man.
Right. Like, I mean, it's crazy, because I have not caught COVID yet.
Same.
I'm still really...
Same, as far as I know. Yeah, no
shit. I gotta spit. Can you taste? I can't taste this gum.
Yeah. Well, look, man. I'm so. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm so glad to see you doing well. I'm so glad to see just you doing it, like pulling through this, however you are, posting shit, not posting shit, still being funny, still acting. I'm curious, before we wrap up, to talk about, you said dreams. You said it's so important for us to dream, and it really is. As any person in life, I think it's important to kind of dream forward your life, dream into your life. What do you want it to feel like? What are you aiming at? What do you want to move into? What do you want to become? I think it's good to have that direction, but especially as artists, we have to we're dreamers. That's it. We have to have that part of us open and alive. And so you're integrating the fact that you have potentially a 9-inch cancer penis inside you.
Okay, I was like, I don't got 9 inches.
You're gonna deal with through your life. But in that, I mean, it seems like you're doing relatively well. What I know for me, when I turned 30 and 31, like I've been looking into the next 10 years, 5-10 years. It's like, okay, what is this next decade for me? So what are you dreaming up now? What do you want in this decade?
I might have to keep that to myself.
Why?
It's personal to me. I think part of the reason too, it's not the way we expect it to be, but there's some personal things within that my dreams are connected to, and I'm gonna keep it to myself. Like, it's one of those where it's just like, that conversation is like, yeah.
I love
and
that.
I don't want people in it. I don't want people in it yet, because I'm still like understanding it and getting it, you know? And I don't want to speak before I even know at the same time. You know what I mean? So like, as open as I am, you know I am. It's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to keep this here for right now until I understand it a little better, until I know that I know.
Keith, I love that answer so much.
Thank you. Is that like an A+ answer? Was that good?
No, really.
Okay, hell yeah.
No, really. Really, because even though I want to know what you're dreaming up, personally, I get what you just said. I'm a very open person, but I have learned speaking into things and speaking out my dreams before they're kind of rooted and starting to come through this life, because it doesn't come through how you want, but you know what you want. And so speaking into them before they come through and letting everyone in on them, I have learned over time, it actually is disempowering. It actually does like kind of muddy what I want. It puts it out there too soon. It's something about it, it like dissipates it rather than harnesses it.
I think also like what's for you is for you at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can stop whatever the fuck you have
for sure.
going on, you know? But I'm not like, it's just not time.
No, I love it. I love it.
And I want to so bad, but it's like
there's an actor I worked with last year, and he said I don't speak about any of my upcoming projects until like they're real and they're happening.
Right.
He's
Until
like,
you see it.
He's like, there's just a magic with words, and he's like, and I have learned, and he's been in the industry a long time, and he's like, I have learned not to share these things until they are fully realized.
Oh shit! I just
Dude, did you sneeze?
I just
fart?
sneezed. Can I get some tissue?
Do we have to, what'd you do, bro?
The world is seeing me. But I don't know if I farted, sneezed.
Bro,
this is great. Keep this in here,
bro.
too.
Should
I cover my face?
You just gave us all COVID, dude. What happened?
I told you. Look, knock on wood.
Is that cancer, bro?
This is honestly the funniest interview. We were talking about some real shit. Keep going. Hold on. Keep going.
Yeah. Wow. You just came out of nowhere.
Maybe
dude.
we do get
It looked like it surprised you. Bro.
It scared the fuck out of me.
Keith was just making eye contact with me and then just like did this weird open mouth sneeze while looking at me. It was like a cough, a sneeze, and a fart all at once.
I'm so vulnerable right now.
Yeah, you might want to wipe your ass too, bro.
Dude, I like honestly shat on myself not too long ago. So no, like honestly, when my stomach was like popping, my stomach was popping.
You couldn't make it to the bathroom.
When I tell you, no, it wasn't about me making it to the bathroom. I was laying down. I was laying down. And I just decided to let one out. But that's the thing. There's just not enough room when you got a baby sticking out like that. So,
bro, that's a vulnerable position. When you're an adult and you shit your pants.
Well, I was at home by myself, but it's always embarrassed because I got a dog, Pork Chop. Pork Chop see me.
He's judging you?
She was judging you? Yeah, she was. I tell Pork Chop, let's say she's non-binary. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
She goes by they, them?
Yeah, it does not matter. He, like, screw.
Okay.
It does not matter.
Wow, Keith. Well,
I just snotted.
Yeah.
Can y'all believe that? Did y'all hear the snot?
I think they had to hear the little like.
Okay, I didn't fart now. See, there you go, paraphrasing again. There you go. Damn it.
Keith, I will say, even though you're not sharing your dreams with me, I have dreams for you. I believe in you.
Oh, wow.
I think you're talented.
Thank you, my brother.
And funny and like deep individual. And I want to see more of you acting.
Oh, wow.
You know, you've been on the SMOSH journey. Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see what else happens for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I believed in you since I met you making sandwiches, bro.
Oh, man, I wasn't making sandwiches, first of all. I was just talking to the people.
That's true.
I was serving.
You were the middleman.
I was the middleman.
Yeah, you were the buffer between the sandwich artists.
You don't want me to make
and the angry customers.
You don't want me to make your sandwiches. I just snot out of nowhere.
That's true, actually.
Imagine that.
I'm concerned now about what kind of snotty sandwiches
we should all go get COVID tested. Just
yeah, it's gonna have to happen.
I think
now.
we might have spoken it.
I'm gonna have to go get a CAT scan after this. No, that's not how cancer works.
It's not, but everybody go get checked out, like seriously, because
if you have a weird pain, apparently, don't ignore it. I'm starting to question some, because part of just getting older is you just have some like weird pains that show up.
That's not true, man. That's not true.
Well, some of it, but now I'm starting to question some of my pains.
Get checked out.
Yeah.
Get checked out. Everybody out there, if there's one thing I can tell you, if you can leave with anything other than my snot, go get checked the fuck out.
And also, let's hope we move into a universal healthcare type situation.
Oh my God!
So you don't have to pay $15,000 to live.
Oh my God! What's up with that? Like what? Like come on! I just realized we got some weird ass.
We got weird ass priorities.
No, like we have weird ass people in office.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just like the whole system is trash.
No,
Can we just throw the whole system away and figure it out? Because these things aren't working.
Nah,
it's really not working.
Making people pay for their own mortality is just a bad
Isn't that crazy?
When we could all chip in for each other. I don't know. We'll get there. We'll have political talk next time.
Yeah, hold on. They said like a funeral costs like $4,000.
Yeah.
Like
and
the cheap
birth itself, ladies have to pay like thousands of dollars. It's absolutely insane.
So messed up. Go get checked out.
Well, thanks for coming on, Keith. It's so fucking good to see you.
Yeah, for sure.
It's so good to see you doing well. I'm glad the baby's not due right now.
Oh, the baby's name, by the way, is Amelie.
Based on the movie?
I mean,
the French film?
Whatever you want to call.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's her name.
Okay. I'm going to rewatch that film and somehow relate it to your cancer baby.
Let's hope so. Let's hope it works.
Yeah, I'm rooting for full health for you for the rest of your life.
Thank you, brother.
A strong fight. Honestly, it's given me like some inspiration. Seeing you like do this the maternity shoot, like I'm sure a lot of people feel this way. Like seeing you handle this shit with the comedy that you do, even though I know that it gets dark sometimes. Like it does inspire. It does make you go like, all right, Keith, you have like spirit in you that's like undeniable. Yeah. So keep believing
Keith's got spirit. Yes, he does. Like,
yeah. Love you, man. Glad you're well. Thanks for coming on the pod. Good Lord. Woo! Good Lord. Love you. Follow Keith on all the things. Keith Leak Jr.
Yeah, that's me.
God bless.
Oh my God.
Thanks for being here.
Oh, of course.
We out.